쇼다운 하나생명 e스포츠 대 젠지 e스포츠.
Sometimes with you don't know.
It's a Neela angle.
Jin makes sense. Okay, I was nervous when they didn't insta-lock it.
Nongshim draft feeling absolutely fantastic about how it looks. The problem is, on the Genji side, this is the most Genji thing we've seen ever.
Yeah,
right?
and like at this point in round 5, new patch, new smash, right? Why would I ever reveal any of the things we have planned against Nongshim that's taken one game off of KT, when I could just play the exact same thing that we have been dominating against even Nongshim, by the way.
That we have the Talia and the Wukong here on the side of Nongshim. Let's see whether they can use it well. And this lane feeling difficult. Nongshim are standing their ground relatively well. I don't think, like, this could have been worse, especially with that minion going to waste.
Yeah, I think they didn't even play Nico in this lane. I just want to remind everyone they decided to go for Bard for the Skarner synergy, which makes a lot of sense. Speaking of Skarner.
Oh, yeah, Calyx is going to get slammed into the wall here. Flash immediately having to be used. This is exactly where he wanted to go as Gideon walks over a ward, but I don't know what Keen's really going to be able to do about this one. Unless Chovy's willing to risk a teleport as Kingin
They're waiting it out?
doesn't pick up the aggro as they wait for the circle to go down, and they just let him live. Well, Alex is he's going to the death chamber. That's first blood going over to Canyon Skarner. As, yep, here he is. Seismic Shove is going to connect though onto Chovy, who does use the Emperor's Divide, but dies immediately. So really nice shove there from Calyx, and he read that play that time. Lahen's also here to lend a hand. Ooh, actually getting the Between Worlds out here as there's the flash forward from Chovy. Seismic shoves gorgeous into the Cyclone. Under the turret goes Gideon, but he is more than happy about that one as Genji will start up these grubs. We'll see how many they can get.
It's just not a fight you want to take, so you got Chovy, but you lost the grubs for it. Well, it's one of those games. It's not!
Yeah, Emperor's Divide is going to send Lahen's underneath the turret. Duro makes a magical journey over, so Chovy going to hold onto the flash this time around, but Lahen's, I do like the idea.
To start off Dragon, but the Ruler's in the area here. This is a very risky start. We're going to have to see a Weaver's Wall.
Yeah, that's the teleport in as Keen looking for an angle here as in goes Canyon, but a little bit early as he flashes to get towards the Dragon. It is going to be secured. Tempered Fate to keep Canyon alive for a little while longer, but Ruler, I don't know what we're quite doing there as Between Worlds does come down. King and almost just kills him, but Ruler will be able to survive momentarily. Finally, the auto comes in and Nongshim wipe the floor with Genji in the Dragon fight, and Kingin may even be able to find another as Duro limps away with single-digit health.
Extending will try and hold this prize. We're going to see a TP. They're going to commit to Keen. Weaver's Wall gank incoming.
Yeah, you can see Keen is wondering whether he should get out of here or not. And I think I liked what he was considering there as the flash out of the way of the headbutt pole means that Keen will live. And first brick goes over to Genji. Nongshim hot in their heels, but not hot enough as it turns out.
It's not only first brick that also goes over, but you use TP and they get 2 turrets because you used...
Surely this doesn't go down, right?
Oh, it goes. By the way, 3 grubs on Nazir with Nashor's Tooth. See ya.
Okay, well, never mind. That's kind of ridiculous. And now they're not going to give this one up. Cosmic Binding does go wide, though, as Gideon is going to be able to lock this one down. Chovy makes his way in. The Weaver's Wall coming on down as Kingin bounces to the other side to avoid the Emperor's Divide. Beautifully done.
And Chovy doesn't have ult from the last fight. He's aware of that. Doesn't flash. But this is Prio kind of gained by Genji, though, and they're pushing in.
Yeah, teleport from Keen as well as Lahen's Hex Flash not going to be helping him out there as the rest of Nongshim are grouped around where this Gwen is going to be coming out. Nullifies the Seismic Shove as the circle is like the Gwen's immune stuff is just a bit ridiculous. So Genji will be able to take this Dragon. One more objective. Whoever gets it gets the cool new Nikes. As it's a Cloud Soul, you love to see it. As Gideon doesn't love to see that. 3 people in a brush. Deadly Flourishes have been pretty good, though, as Lahen's driving the Rift Herald, and the charge is going to come through. Now the curtains are being called as Lahen's continuing to do battle. Keen stays alive because Gwen is immune. And the curtain call means absolutely nothing. Kingin bounces into the Dragon Pit, and Genji will play the defense.
Think about some of Chovy's ex-DRX members. How are they doing? They're doing pretty well.
Emphasis on the XD is okay. Keen underneath this turret will be able to take that one down, and Kingin, he's trying to get out. Will he? No. Oh god, the burst damage is absurd!
The cross-map Otacon attempt here, like they do have Weaver's Wall. Watch out, Nongshim. Calyx is going to use the wall.
Teleport is going to come in. The Weaver's Wall, I don't know whether it's quite going to do enough as Otacon was kind of trapped in the middle of it. There's the Tempered Fate to allow Genji the setup as Keen just dives forward. The Impale comes down. The Otacon collected by Nongshim. Gideon at least gets that one, but can they get anything more? That's the question. Cosmic Binding not going to work onto Calix, just slows him down a little as Chovy likes those rocks and get themselves those levels, the petals, all that fun stuff. But they will lose this outer turret in mid lane.
Meanwhile,
Chovy just goes over the wall there momentarily. It looks like Scorpion's on the menu here. Seismic Shove delivers him. Beautiful chain CC. Nowhere that Canyon could go, decides that he does not want to flash, and I think that was the right call.
because Gen.G keep getting a ton of prio, a ton of advantages, and then Nongshim are finding these small punishes, but then Gen.G still gets something else on the map.
Yeah, this is the problem. They have inherent tempo
Chovy.
vibes. Empress Divide is not going to catch Calix.
Very close. Very close. Without prio, but maybe they try for it. Calix's T-Flip is not coming.
And Gideon's in base. He was on a reset. Does hit the 2-item spike, but not going to be helping them here for this second Drake for Gen.G. Keen do manage, Gen.G do manage to get that one down, but here's the turn. Down goes the Bard in the blink of an eye, and Ruler is just going to cook some eggs over that wall to get himself out of there.
Yeah, not the happiest doughboy this time, Jero, as Gen.G are like, while you think about it, I'll take a turret.
Well, Weaver's Wall is going to split this one up, but the turret does go down. Seismic Shove not going to connect as Canyon just goes on a bit of a ride. There's the Tempered Fate to set up on this Alistar, but he's not exactly an optimal target. They will get the Unbreakable Will. But Nongshim still just able to move over towards this Baron.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the more ideal time to take it than what they had before, especially because Jiu can't get access here. It's a great blue trinket here.
Oh man, Nongshim just caught an indecision again as Ruler's just going to come on over, and it looks like it is going to be Soul Point going over to Gen.G at the same time. Not to mention, they just shoved down the mid lane. They increased that gold lead to about 1,000. I mean, this game has been so close, but also doesn't feel close.
No, exactly.
It's so weird,
I mean,
man.
it's like Dragon and Turret or Global Blue.
Well, Keen is trying to be immune, and it's kind of working as he does flash out of the way. Seismic Shove goes wide. The Cyclone there doesn't do too much, and they almost got 50%.
Now you don't have Cyclone. Now you definitely can't start Baron.
3.5 minutes on the Cloud Soul opportunity as Keen gonna get caught here once again, but he gets booped over the wall with the help of the Weaver's Wall. Goes golden just to avoid this curtain call as Ruler possibly out of position, but another Cyclone gonna get eaten by a flash, and the Empress Divide throws the monkey back in. The Impale just going to deliver him, and it's a triple kill here for Ruler. Is it the pentakill time? Can he finally manage to take it away from his teammates? As Jiu, I think, is going to be able to deny it. Calix as well, not going to be going down without a fight. And Ruler, oh my goodness, he hasn't been overtaken by the Pentacola in his brain. He is instead just going to do the Baron.
And they're going to find Calix anyways.
Yep, I think it's going to be enough here for Keen just to come on over and chase him down. But instead, the Seismic Shove is pretty good. They might need to employ Chovy to come up and help, especially with these Cosmic Bindings going wide. Calix trying to take one before he does fall, and he's pretty scary on this Talia, but Seismic Shove not going to be enough, and that is going to be Chovy locking that one down, his first kill of the game.
Then he is able to get away, go immune, and then basically set his entire team up for success. Desperate Cyclone there, to say the least, from Gideon, who tries to catch Ruler, but doesn't really catch anything, and straight up just basically wastes his ultimate, and then the whole fight is over. It's just completely split up. Let's make a choice, and Nongshim try to punish those choices, but are a little bit behind the 8-ball every time as the stun goes down onto Kingin.
Yeah, he is trying to bounce his way out of this one. Still takes the rock to the head as Gio almost just dies. Tempered Fate right into the base with Ruler, who is just sort of hanging out with a monkey. Magical Journey comes on through. There's the flash out, and Canyon, he can just drive his way out. Decides against it as now Ruler with the barrier. Pulverize comes on through there as Ruler is in so much trouble. Does manage to take one down before he falls, but Gideon with no Cyclone has no way out. It's Canyon that takes down the turret as well as the monkey, and I don't think they're going to need their Corki to break open the base here as Gen.G with an 8,000 gold lead. And with the top lane inhibitor now dead, just guaranteed that Drake was going to be uncontestable. By the way, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he going on UQuiz? Is that
yeah,
what
I think you're actually as famous as Bill Gates now.
Wow.
As Seismic Shove is going to push Canyon back towards Nongshim. He's driving away, able to use Duro here. And the redemption even is going to come down just to keep him even more alive as Keen dives into the back line looking for a bit of an angle as the Tempered Fate to lock up Calyx momentarily. That was the decoy as Chovy finds the angle, takes down the Aurora, and is now just running amok, looking to destroy Nongshim. Canyon will catch on to Calyx. There's the Impale, another great shove to be perfectly honest. But it won't actually do anything as Juve is going to be left alive, but not for very long. As look at the damage Ruler's doing. That's going to be the ace, and Gen G will close out game one. A weird one, but in the end, it just didn't really feel like it was going to go any other way.
My favorite moment of this game was when Nongshim were trying to recontest Baron Vision, the Dragon was up, and Gen G was like, cool, I'm taking the turret, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have a second thought. I'm just going to get money. I'm just going to get more map control.
And they also, like...
And we're just going to fight fire with fire, aren't we, Lahens? Okay, this is a little bit different than playing into the Poppy in the bottom lane, though. Oh, he's going to play Caitlyn. That's
That's a different pick.
It's almost fun. It's slightly fun.
That'd be
more fun than Lucian. More
there
fun
it
than
is.
Lucian. Yay! Look at the draft here of Nongshim, and I think if you get through the early game pretty well, it's a pretty good draft. It's very safe. The Ezreal pick into the Vi and the Renekton. You know, the Caitlyn lane is going to be kind of a problem with the Nico there. That's not going to be great. But if you get out, okay, if you survive, which most teams can't say against Shinji, but if you do, because last game I also thought the Alistar pick was going to be not as bad as this one necessarily, but really rough. They got out of there. Maybe Ezreal hits some skill shots. Maybe Gio impresses us. Maybe he survives when we get to another game state. But if you're behind and you're playing Elise on this comp, good luck.
Looking forward to seeing how it's going to go, though, as Nongshim with the blue side. See what they can make of this draft this time.
Genji are knowers.
Yep.
Chovy.
Oh, he just wants the popcorn. He flashes? Okay.
It's a Lahen's favorite, but I don't think he's enjoying his time that much yet.
No. Ooh, Keen. He could be in trouble, though. Does flash to get out of the way of the heroic charge. And that will successfully get him out of there, but that is another flash on cooldown there. Did you see it?
No.
Meanwhile, Duro is possibly just dead, as never mind, Lahen's not going to go for it. As Canyon, we're going to take this one down. Heroic Charge doesn't get the stun into the wall, though, so the Vi will be A-okay. They know which decisions they can do weird stuff in and which ones they will cost them. As speaking of costing them, this is an opportunity now, as Keen, with the Dominus, is going to be able to use it to clear out the wave, at least, as he now tries to get on top of Kingin, and they cannot kill him through the Dominus. No flash, remember? Yeah, does need that level 6, though. Unfortunately, doesn't have it just yet. As Canyon wants to be able to get at least one of these as Ace in the Hole comes through. Gio just making his way out, though. Lahen's on vision, and the Cocoon is going to go wide. There's the Pop Blossom. He goes forward, looks to try and take down the jungler. The heroic charge, the heroic entrance is fantastic. Gideon's dead. That is going to be one of the grubs over to Gen G, but ultimately, the feat of strength is going to reside with Nongshim, but Gen G should be able to also get themselves a bit more. Yeah. But that is 2 plates that they've managed to get out of that turret.
By the way, the whole
tower
mid turret
is likely just dead as Canyon moves in, and this is just going to belong to Gen G.
It's a problem for Nongshim as Kingan's going to eat a turret shot.
Yep, there's a lot of, there's not a lot of minions available here for Nongshim as Keen just presses R and he's totally fine.
He is trying to be relevant in this game. Gideon is also trying to be relevant by starting a dragon. Okay, well, Kingan, he's now the
public execution comes down, but the immediate taunt to come in. There's the Pop Blossom as well, as Lahen's gets ulted here by Canyon. Not exactly an optimal target, but the heroic entrance is going to deny any follow-up. And now, Calyx is having to deal with the minions and Keen underneath this one. Canyon moving on over the flash forward, and Calyx is able to take down the Croc. That's going to be a solo kill there for the Rise, and one back here for Nongshim. Feeling fantastic. Gideon moving on in as well. The 2-man taunt is going to come through. There's Feats of Warfare as it's the Nico that locks down the Rise to get some revenge here for Keen, where they picked Jinx and Caitlyn, and they just moved the Jinx and Caitlyn to kill these turrets. As Keen does have the Dominus, but once again, it's his arch nemesis in Calyx. As they get the vision, he does avoid that Q as he's looking to try and run this one out, but the Rune Prison is going to be there.
You receive one Renekton. I receive...
Well, Lahen's is not having a great time here as Capybara comes on through. There is the flash out from Lahen's after he does come back down. And now we're going to get yet another charge. Yeah, but they did kill Keen. And there it is in a turret. Going to be picked up here most likely as this minion wave is conquering through.
So you receive 1 Renekton, I receive 2 inner turrets, and a flash. Think he has some friends coming? Let's see. Let's see if it can save him.
Cease and desist is going to come on through there, but the public execution is going to come down. Still, they lose the rise. True Shot Barrage does not a whole lot, but Canyon, oh, the taunt defense from Chovy is so good. And there are no minions here. Duro's moving in. He was a Krug. That was cool. Bit of a Doran cosplay. You love to see that. And here's the real Crocodile. Pop Blossom's gigantic. As the heroic entrance is down on top of it. Chovy's at about 50 health, but that's pretty much all he needs. And the revenge from Keen is swift and destructive. Kingen trying to get in here to do his best Rich impression, but unfortunately, Gen G are just too strong, and that's a clean ace here at 18.5 minutes as Chovy picks up 2,500 kills. Where he spends the whole game just hitting turrets. And outside of that, no one's focused. Possibly dead. Gideon's there to help him, but instead, Gideon's there to save him, as there is a little bit of a catch, but the public execution is going to come down. Let's see whether Duro can protect the president, as Rule actually able to get out of the way of Gideon here, and Gio is able to finish him off.
I think this is Otacon.
Keen
nearby?
Still looking for a potential angle, as they will get some bounty gold by taking this one down. Still, that is a decent evacuation there. A cease and desist comes on through, but Canyon's in so much trouble. Gets so much health back, though, and Gideon eventually be able to lock it down, but the Winds of War will finish him off. Gen G are very far ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and it's got to be basically done here for Ruler, as well as we are hex gating around the rift. Duro could be in a little bit of trouble here, as Ruler is also in massive trouble. There's a public execution to lock him down. They'll find themselves a whole bunch of extra money as Duro, yeah, he's not in this fight any longer. And Nongshim, there's not a whole lot to fight for here in this bottom side river, but they're going to win whatever that fight was for. It's still a big lead as Kingen, I don't know whether he's going to be able to get out of this one. Cease and desist is just going to be employed. King comes down. King going to get knocked up because there's a heroic entrance, and Chovy will be able to lock down the kill in the end. Ace in the hole will just be eaten here by Gideon. He's happy to do that.
Oh, the canyon wraparound is scary.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of vision. Like, not a whole lot of people having very much vision at all. A lot of Nongshim's vision is very forward, and you can see that's not where Gen G are coming from. They are moving from behind. Cease and desist right out of nowhere. Heroic entrance just to make sure they can't further engage the flash out. But the taunt is there to follow, and the Pop Blossom for the follow-up is so good out of Gen G. Over the wall they go as Lahens does dash cannon his way out. That is going to be a teleport away from the Ambessa. Kingen is able to keep himself alive, but with Gio and Gideon down, that will be soul point going over to Gen G, and even Lahens will be cut down where he stands more than anything else, but still a little bit rough here.
It did make the fight less confusing for a moment.
Public execution on to Chovy, as the rest of Gen G are right here, and so I don't think Kingen wants to go any further. Still has done a fair bit of damage, but he's 2 levels down, man. The taunt is going to connect. Cease and desist comes on through, and they just wail on the Ambessa. Down she goes. A lot of damage onto Lahens, as well as the flash out from Canyon is not going to be successful. Keen with the Dominus running, but the Pop Blossom connects onto 3 into the back line as Chovy goes forward and goes golden. Still Duro is going to fall as Ruler with the ace in the hole. Gio actually going to soak that one for Lahens, teaching him what to do next time, most likely.
TP for Chovy. After the back, he can return right away. Lahens
the flash. Okay. Crocodile better than Spider, as it turns out. There is now a control ward in the Baron pit. Teleport to come forward as Gen G wanting to stop this from going down, but the Realm Warp gets Nongshim out of there!
The heist! That's a real heist right there. Sometimes we call Baron heist, but they're not as heisty as this one.
That was a feisty heist.
Test this as in live!
Okay, cease and desist comes down yet again. The heroic entrance going to be eaten there by the by the Zonyas, but ultimately doesn't really do too much of anything at all. So Calyx is just dead. Well, Chovy and Ruler are looking to come in here as the ace in the hole comes down. Gideon going to soak that one, but he's not too happy about it as there is the public execution. Kingen gets into the backline, but his targets just get evacuated. Gideon now in trouble as Chovy is their target. but he's able to justicely punch his way out. Yeah, Duro is trying to spot this one out as Lehens gets caught yet again. Goes up into the sky as King is now able to get himself out, but unfortunately Rule is able to shut down the Spider Lady, and now Nongshim looking for the turn. Gideon in amongst it, but nobody else is really there as Duro trying to fight off this dragon, and it's not quite working, and Canyon flashes to get himself the Hextech Soul, and now we get to witness Caitlyn and Hextech Soul. And ladies and gentlemen, that is not something you want to be going up against, as Jiu gonna have all of his Qs avoided, apart from that one. But everything else is going to go wide, as there is the net over the wall, and Ruler locks down the ace and the Hextech Soul. And I think Gen G are just going to wander up this bottom lane and look to finish the game.
It wasn't clean. It wasn't clean, but Gen G, once again, dominant win here, and they'll take the 2-0. Definitely some fun to be had. Definitely an extremely dominant early game. Those some fun times to be had in the mid-game.
Yeah.
But extremely dominant early game, and now the last to fall.
Oh dear.
The first to fall in the previous fight. Lehens is dead. The turrets are dead, and Gen G, another day in the office in the Legend group. Another 2-0.
And
they're
25-0 against Nongshim now as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Keen. This seems like the safe bet. Only died a Rise, but otherwise was immortal.
Yeah, as no one is catching their first place. They have it guaranteed, all locked away. And yeah, the gold advantage did a little bit of trickling around, but it was never under 5,000. Gotta be, it's Keen! He did it! And Rich right into Keen. Immediately afterwards, justice for top laners.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Keen on the side of Gen G, who just took a 2-0 victory over Nongshim Red Force. Congratulations! And long time no see in the POM interview zone, Keen. You got another win in the book. How do you feel? Well, first of all, it feels great to lock in first place, and it was a 2-0 clean victory, which feels amazing. And you guys have maintained dominance against Nongshim, as shown in your head-to-head, and you have not dropped a single match. So what do you think about the matchup? Well, for a while, I think we have maintained dominance as a team, and I think we have a good matchup against a lot of different teams, and it also feels great. And going back to game 1, you guys are actually behind in gold at 20 minutes, but you made it up with perfect macro. Against Gwen, you're able to play well. And what is your secret to bouncing back so well, if you can share just 2 secrets? I think mainly teams try to strategize off of top lately. And I think I just have to focus on gaining CS and not getting behind. And I think the rest of the game is really just the synergy and teamwork with the rest of the team. So first of all is the CS, making sure that you can get the most CS, and second would be the teamwork and the synergy, huh? Is that just a strength that Gen G is able to pull off? Yeah, I feel like a lot of different teams tend to get their top targeted a lot, and then you end up becoming more of an emotional player, so I just have to really remain composed. And in game 2, your Renekton had a monumental performance. And it looks like while you were getting ganked, everywhere else in the map, your teammates were able to take some advantage. So did you expect to take it? And what's the game plan, just to make sure that the other lanes are doing well? Yeah, honestly, it was pretty tough. The game was actually pretty challenging to me, so I think I have a lot of reviewing to do for game 2, actually. And since you're locked in for first place, the team mentioned that you'll go over the tier list as a team. Well, let's take a look at this fan sign. The Kirobi says, Keen, I'm here for you, but that other cheer, the fan sign next to That one is such an attention grabber. It says hee hee with a Canyon's face. And Genji is locked in for first place, and the team mentioned that you guys will go over the tier list as a team. So what did you focus on specifically today? As for today, I think we just try to consider a lot of different picks that we want to use and utilize in the future and try to practice them as much as we can. And just like we checked the fan sign, there's actually another thing that's going viral. This one thumbnail in the LCK. He is apparently filing a lawsuit against the LCK staff who made it. What do you think? I mean, yeah, I've been looking at all these thumbnails for a while, and I feel like they sometimes cross the line, but I actually really do enjoy Duro's horse thumbnail. Do you also personally have something that you remember? Honestly, I do not want to remember it. Well, lately I haven't been in the thumbnail lately, so I think, yeah, I mean, you go, Duro. Congratulations. And Chovy in Game 2 today reached 2,500 kills with Galio. Would you like to congratulate him? I think last time it was Ruler, and now it's Chovy. Well, congratulations. And keep working hard, you guys. What about you? No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm rushing myself or rushed or anything like that. I think I'll get there eventually. And your next opponent is Hanwha Esports. What are you expecting this time? I think we took the victory 2-1, and I want to make sure that we can get a 2-0 victory this time. And that's the end of the interview with Keen, and back to the space. Thank you.